Bro, Pichu has so much privilege. It's unbelievable.
Hi guys, it's No Density, and today I'm going to be talking about how Pichu was nerfed way too early in the beginning. But before we talk about the nerfs and the buffs that he got a couple months back, we are going to talk about how strong was he at launch. Well, for starters, he had a really small hitbox, which meant that some of the cast actually had to be careful on how they attacked Pichu, because they could very well miss since he was very small at launch. He also had a forward tilt that would launch pretty far and could kill at 100%. Also, his combo game was really great. It still is. Not to mention, his damage output is pretty nice when you perform the combos. Now here are some of the downsides of playing Pichu. Number 1, he is capable of dying at 60%. He can be 2-framed very easily. You can also just camp him or space him out. So, the moral of the story is, Pichu is a glass cannon that is basically able to dish out the damage, but can't take that much. Pichu was basically high risk, high reward. That is how they set him up to be at launch. But later on, players like MKLeo figured out how to beat Pichu before the nerf even came into Smash Ultimate.
Okay. Point said I'll take it. It's fine. Man, what a comeback right here. Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Goodness gracious.
Now I want you to keep in mind that Pichu was never consistent ever in winning tournaments. That's what I want you to keep in mind. Now it's time to talk about the 3.1 patch that gave Pichu his significant nerfs.
Hear me. All the thoughts in my mind are blending together. I can sort anything that it's in my head. Feels like I'm somewhere that I can never escape from. I guess I'm better off dead. Nobody even tries, everybody lies. Drowning in a crisis, I just wanna die. In a roller coaster, I'm going down. Crashing to the floor, you can hear the sound. Living no memory.
So let's begin. The first thing they did to Pichu was make his hitbox a lot bigger so enemies would have an easier time trying to hit him. Now what doesn't make sense here is Pichu's hitbox is actually bigger than Pikachu's, when in fact Pikachu is the bigger character. Now let's talk about what they did with forward tilt. They essentially made it have less knockback, so it now kills at like 130 instead of just 100. They also made it to where he does way more damage to himself. Players were already finding out ways on how to defeat Pichu, but this just made it a hell of a lot easier. Now let's talk about patch 11.0. What they essentially did was reduce damage to himself. I think they also did intangibility frames on his ears for his Nair attack. Overall, these buffs were okay, but they never tackled the main problems that Pichu has. 1. Pichu gets 2-framed very easily, and 2. Since they made his hitbox a lot larger, that means enemies can kill him even sooner. Now, if I was buffing Pichu again, right, if I were to buff him again, what I would do is make his hitbox a lot smaller, back to what it was even. He just has too much glass and not enough cannon. If you're gonna make him the lightest character in the game, you may as well make him have the smallest hitbox. They also need to bring back Pichu's forward tilt. He simply does not have enough kill confirms, and he really needs it. They also need to make it to where the 2-frame isn't as free to punish against Pichu. That is pretty ridiculous. The fact that it's so free to punish.
Why am I the lightest character in the game? They size me up, and they make me hurt myself, and they make me hurt myself more, and they take away my not even broken F2. What you talking about not broke? Your forward tilt better than Sephiroth. Do you know how hard I gotta work? I'm fighting you, I'm fighting me, I'm fighting design.
In conclusion, even with all these buffs, Pichu will still not be a top tier because people have already found ways around him. He was nerfed way too early to even determine whether he was actually overpowered or not. Pichu was never overpowered to begin with. It was an unjustified nerf. And to all the haters that think Pichu doesn't take skill or hard work, this is what I gotta tell you.
Where's the hard work? Shut your ass up!
Alright guys, that's it for the video. Have a good one and stay safe. No Density out.
In love with the moon, you can feel the energy. I step into the room. Everyone my enemy, they gotta love.
And anime girls are ruining my life.